Everybody, Andy here again. Well, if you're watching this is my 500th video here on YouTube. A monumental achievement as far as I'm concerned. And I thought I'd celebrate by coming out into the woods and having a walk through the woods that I was talking about not long ago. And what do you do for a 500th video? I mean, I said 500 videos. They're just the ones that are still posted on YouTube. I haven't deleted many on YouTube, but I have made videos over at Vloggerheads, although I haven't done that for a while. And I've also do occasionally make videos on my alternative site here, or alternative channel should I say, here on YouTube as well. And that's just for like quick responses and things like that, sort of personal videos to a particular person rather than the sort of general public, if you want to put it that way, like these are, I suppose. So I thought I'd sort of revisit that old question of why am I here? And it's one of those questions that we used to ask a long time ago. Why do we do this type of thing? Why are we here, etc. But after 500 videos and 3 years, or getting on close to 3 years as well, you start to re-evaluate maybe and sort of think back about it. And it's even more relevant now, possibly, because so many people aren't here now. Now, if you've been around since I have, since what we used to call as the sort of golden age of 2006, and for people who weren't there, they probably hate that sort of thing. But it was good then. It's still great now. That's the point. It hasn't changed. We've got different people. People come and go. Yes, there are people that I'd love to see making videos or making more videos. People that have either gone or people that have gone quiet. And I'm going to name a couple. I don't normally do that, but two of my sort of favourite vloggers either. Well, I think they've just sort of gone quiet for a while, or don't make as many. One being Gary, Anakin1814, because we're good mates, and we sort of feed off each other. And maybe I've lost that little bit because I've not been able to bounce off of things. Yes, we chat on other forms of media, shall we say. And the other one being Brian, B. Nessel 1973, who I always thought is an absolutely brilliant blogger, and he hasn't done much. Yes, he's busy, and that's the point. We're all now, as I said in my recent video about the tipping points, is that we come onto here, for me, and I know it was for the same for a lot of people, and thanks for all the comments, etc. on that particular video. And a lot of people said the same thing, although they might have been on the internet in one form or another for quite a long time, some of them. It was really YouTube that opened their eyes, really, because of that interactivity, and that's what I was talking about as well. And it's that interactivity, I think, that keeps me here. But I've also got that thing now. I just have to make videos, I suppose. I make videos in a different way to what a lot of other people do. Yes, a vlogger, I suppose, you can always make videos. There's always something to talk about, something that takes your fancy, someone to reply to, someone to respond to, or something like that. Someone who makes more possibly creative videos. Yes, I make a few of those with the walks, that sort of stuff, photo videos, and all those other bits and pieces that I might do. That is probably harder because of the ideas that you have to come up with. But I think one of the main things that people aren't here now is because there are so many forms of this sort of interaction now, this social networking, that we're spreading out. Some things are taking over. Real life takes over, obviously. But things like Facebook, which I do, getting increasingly involved in that, I'm still trying to keep away from it in a way. Twitter, which I got very much involved with as well. And people are communicating through that. I saw a comment the other day by someone who said that they check their Twitter feed now before they check their emails. And that's a sign of the times. And that's probably the same with people with their YouTube page. It used to be the page that they went to first off. It possibly isn't now. Now, that's a two-way thing. It's partly because they're busy doing other things, but it's partly because their friends aren't where they used to be. And also that point that I've made and other people have made in the past, where we've got to know people, and because we've then met these people at gatherings or whatever, they've become real life friends, and therefore we don't necessarily have to make videos anymore because we see them in real life. We used to communicate in some ways by these sort of videos that we used to make, but now we don't necessarily do. We've got their mobile, their cell phone numbers, we've got their email addresses, we actually meet up with them and things like that. And for me, one of these topics, once again, I keep promising this particular video, but I will make it, the local aspect has come out, possibly via Twitter and things like that. People are getting more involved with their local community in one way, and that's happened with me. But I have no intention of going. I think someone said to me the other day, they worked it out, that I make, if you look at the amount of time that I've been here and the amount of videos that I've made, as I said, this would be 500, is that I make approximately 3 videos a week. That's pretty amazing. But then People have said I'm an incredible talking machine, and I actually stop myself making videos sometimes, or stop myself putting them up. I did start a blogging channel, but I've found that although I'm going to persevere with it if I can, if I remember, I still haven't really got into that. I still find it easier to do this. Why do I do this? As I said, why am I here still? Because I love doing it. I love the interaction, the people. I'm meeting new people on here all the time, getting new subscribers, either people that have been around for a while or new people to the internet. So picking up people from locally who are watching my videos, which I said adds that other aspect to it as well. But I just like doing this. Maybe I've found a calling in some respects, something that maybe I've always wanted to do. I've done a bit of the radio broadcasting, as I said, and that's a bit of talking, etc. I find it pretty easy to talk about things, to express opinions, and I've got opinions. Some people don't find that easy. And I suppose I'm lucky in that I'm fairly happy talking into a camera. I did a thing the other day with a tweet up video actually, and we were down at the latest tweet up, once again the local aspect, and I have to be careful where I'm going here and watch my footing, that's why I'm walking slowly. And they said, oh, we want to do a wrap up just to show something. And oh, who's going to do it? Well, I'll do it, it's all right. So they said, right, we'll just turn on the camera and start speaking. And I got a little round of applause afterwards. I don't think anyone else felt that they could have done that, but anybody can do it as long as you get used to it, I suppose. But there you go. So that's 500 videos. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more. I hope there's going to be plenty more. I hope that you'll continue watching them. I've enjoyed my getting on for 3 years here, all the interaction and everything that I've had over those 5 years, and 3 years and 500 videos. My arm's starting to get a bit heavy now. Just one thing people have asked me, what do you do? You got some sort of stand? I said, no, I just hold my arm out and walk that way. I'm going to go down here. I'll try and find the place I went a while ago. So yes, I expect to be here for quite some time. Hopefully you will be too. I hope that too many people won't leave the site, and will get that sort of bug back for vlogging. Maybe that's another thing, is that, hang on, be careful, we're going over this log and fall in the water. That people do lose it a little bit. You know, it's like anything, I suppose. The inspiration goes. You get used to making videos, and then you do something else and you get out of the habit of making videos, where before you turn on the camera and start talking. You don't do that anymore for whatever reason, because you're doing something else. As I said, time comes in, people are branching out. One thing that's happened, I've noticed through YouTube, and I've mentioned this before about it being a sort of a learning process, as I said, you find that you have sort of talents maybe to do certain things, and it gets you into doing other things like filmmaking. A lot of people have started doing sort of photography and that, and I've got back into photography again. Always enjoyed it, but you can make photo videos and things like that as well. But it challenges you in different ways, and all this sort of pushes you into different ways, and that's another way, another reason I think that people have moved away, possibly because of that side. They're exploring their artistic talents in a different form, in a different way, whether it be photography, writing, video making in another form. Maybe they've realised that maybe they could do this on a different site, because that can channel it in a better way, if you know what I mean, and they can make a living out of it or something like that. I don't know, but there you go. The usual woodland ramble, shall we say. So I'm coming down to a nice little spot that I found not long ago, where I found I did a tipping point video actually, I think just down here. So there you go. Thanks to everybody who's been around for those 500 videos. There are a few people I know who've been here for quite a long time, and I'll mention some of them. Paul and Willie, two of my loyal subscribers who've been there from pretty much day one. So thanks very much to you two guys, especially over there in the States, because you've been big supporters of mine for a long time now, always making comments and getting in touch, etc, etc, inspiring me in one way or the other. And it's a two-way process, as I've said before. Just because you guys don't make videos doesn't mean that you don't inspire me in one way or another. So thanks to those guys, thanks to everybody else. Don't normally do sort of shout outs, but there are always people that deserve it sometimes. And as I said, this is a bit of a milestone. 500 videos. I never in a million years thought that I'd ever get to that amount. I know people celebrate getting to 100, 200, 300, and quite rightly so, because we all have our different ways of doing this. I've been here longer than others. Here's a little beach, and lovely park this is. Didn't like it down here. If I turn around, I'll be able to see in the distance. Got some more hens or something down there doing their nesting. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks very much, and here's to the next 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Wonder if you'll still be here when that milestone comes on. 1,000 videos, jeez. That's something to strive for, isn't it? I might be an old man by then. Anyway, thanks again. Thanks for all the comments, etc. And for the last 3 years and for the 500 videos. I do very much appreciate it. Cheers. Goodbye.